Carolina Panthers wide receiver Steve Smith, who also was on my fantasy team. I was mulling over the idea of keeping him. And as most of you know, in our league, because I talk about our league all the time, we keep 4 people. And I have Peyton Manning, Joseph Adai, Larry Johnson, Ryan Grant, and Steve Smith. If you kept count, that's 5. So I was trying to decide who to drop, and I think it's going to be Steve Smith after this because he and teammate Ken Lucas, who is a cornerback, right, plays opposite Steve Smith, got into somewhat of an altercation on the sideline of their practice, during training camp, and Steve Smith apparently dotted this guy's eye and broke his nose. And broke his nose.
Broke it.
I mean, that really just about came out of my mouth. And broke his nose. Are you kidding me? The hell's wrong with me? And broke his nose. And that's pretty serious to do to one of your teammates, I would say. He was sent home from practice, and I had a giga in my throat. He was sent home from practice, and he's being suspended for the first 2 games of the regular season by the Carolina Panthers. No action will be taken by the league, however.
I wonder why.
I was wondering that. I thought maybe the league would tack on a few more games, but they're not doing anything. Maybe when it's a internal affair with the team, and the team, governs it themselves. I guess that's how that works. But Steve Smith, who has a fiery attitude anyway, I mean, this guy's like one of the most talented receivers in the league. Don't you think? Easily. He's been plagued by injury problems, whether it be his own or quarterbacks. And, he had that one huge season in 2005 and has never really lived up to that. He's kind of been playing off that reputation since then. But I still think he's one of the best receivers in the league. I would love to have him on my team.
I will.
But now after this, he's going to be out for the first 2 games of the regular season, so that makes it a little bit easier. I can go ahead and drop him.
Yeah.
I can go ahead and drop him. He'll be back with the team. And actually, he's going to be able to practice with the team. Up until then, he's going to be able to play in the preseason games.
Okay.
It's just the 2 regular season games he's going to be out for, and that's it.
Man, if I was the team, I would have just done it for preseason.
Like, Steve!
You're suspended for preseason.
Really bad.
First 2 games of preseason.
Preseason. Right? And you have to miss mandatory 2-a-days.
They're hating doing that.
Oh, yeah. They said it cost him more than $205,000. It will cost him more than that out of his salary because that's not a paid leave per se. Yeah. You don't get paid for those games you miss. So, and it says here in the article that the 2 have routinely jawed at each other in practice since Lucas signed with Carolina in 2005, though they've never came to blows before this. And get this, Ken Lucas got absolutely 0 punishment or fine.
Well, he must not have started it.
Well, yeah, which leads me to believe that it was all Steve Smith all the time.
Yeah. Which I do believe.
I totally believe that. Well, I'm reading one of the comments here on ESPN.com. Somebody says fights happen all the time in training camp, and that's totally right. They do. Mm-hmm. They really do. But, you have to know where to draw the line. Pushing and shoving, call his mom fat or something, or, tell him you did something with his wife. Stuff like that. You don't break your teammate's nose.
No, I mean, it's your team.
That's over the line. And I know it gets heated, and everybody's, getting back into the swing of things, and there's a lot of testosterone, but you can't punch your teammate in the nose and break it. You just can't do that. So Steve Smith, deservingly suspended for 2 games. It helps. It makes my decision so much easier. So sorry to say, I was glad to see this story. I was glad to see it, and I may also be able to pick him up later. I mean,
Maybe.
he might drop in the draft, and I'll pick him up anyway.
I may pick him up, though.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's you. Look for... Is Rob still in the chat room? No, he's not. Dang it. I need to get a hold of Rob. I have to get this set up. Look for our fantasy football show to be airing soon, very, very, very soon. One night during the week. I have to establish that. And I guess by our fantasy football show, I mean mine, because I'm just going to do it from my house, probably on the late night tip. So I don't have to drive all the way out here. I'm going to get a webcam, and I have my microphone at home. So I'll get on, and it'll be like a fantasy football power hour. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Maybe
Power hour?
Maybe the fantasy football power hour.
Power hour?
Yeah. Or maybe Eric, like Eric Pedigo's fantasy football forecast or something like that, I've been kicking around some ideas.
Okay.
Oh, okay, Rob's here. Rob, can I do that from my house? Can I just log into the Ustream account from my house, set up a cam, and just take over and broadcast from there? I mean, is that okay? It's that easy. I thought it was. Yeah, I'll have Elwood make me a banner, and we'll do it. But I have to figure out what night during the week and what time I'm going to do it. There's a good chance it's going to be early in the week, earlier. So my it's a strategic now. So the banner gets put higher up on the DRN homepage because Rob puts them in order of what days they appear. Right now we're at the very bottom because we're on Sundays. I want to do like you know what I mean. I want to get up there a little higher on the list. But it'll probably be a Wednesday, to be honest with you. I think that would be the best night to do a fantasy show because a few weeks into the season, you start seeing some Thursday night games.
Yeah.
So if I started doing a Wednesday night show, and it'll probably be on, honestly, it probably won't come on until 8:30 at night, our time, because I work late. We'll eat, I'll get the kids to bed, and I'll try to do that. Yeah, I'll have to check the schedule too. Like, I don't know if there's shows going on that night, what time I might have to alter it. Because of that, I'm not trying to kick anybody off. So our friend in the I can't pronounce your name, and it's like it's been nice. Rob says Mondays are wide open. But that doesn't coincide very well with the fantasy football show because you want to give a forecast and kind of a your predictions and things like that.
Never Monday.
Yeah, so you can't do Monday. It'll have to be. We used to do one on Tuesdays. That almost felt kind of early. What about Wednesdays or Thursdays? Wednesdays before 8? Ouch.